Can y'all hear me now? Can you hear me now? What's going on, y'all? How's everybody doing today? How y'all doing today? Today's a big day. Today we are giving away our first ship on Star Citizen. Our first ship, first giveaway. I'll let this chat fill up here a little bit. Let everybody get here. What's going on, Scarred? Adrian. Yeah, this is important because I'll give you guys the gist of why I'm doing this. First of all, I like Star Citizen and I want other people to experience it. Also, when I look back at the donations that I've gotten from you guys and on this channel, since I've been monetized and I've been streaming, mostly Star Citizen, I've gotten like over $500 in donations on the channel. And I feel like it's important for me to give a portion of that back to the community that supports me. And the best way that I can do that is giving people who may not have the opportunity or the means to play this game that opportunity. You know what I mean? So that's essentially why I'm doing this. I don't want to be one of those channels that takes in a bunch of donations and never does anything for their subscribers. I think that's important. I think that's very important. JT, Stinkfinger, welcome. Just trying to get this this chat here filled up, and I already have I have the thing queued up here. We're not gonna get into it just yet. But we will get into this in just a second. There is something that before I switch over here, there is something else that I did want to kind of showcase, and it's more cheating in Star Citizen. He has re-uploaded that video, so I did want to take an opportunity to kind of showcase that here today. As the chat fills up, as we get more viewers, and make sure everybody's hitting like as we come in here too. That would help me out a great deal. Yeah, he did, and I want to talk about this because, and I've said this before already, and I really want to reiterate this stuff because moving forward, I don't want this game to become like Grand Theft Auto Online. And Grand Theft Auto Online, if you just play like the regular game, it's been hacked. And it's been hacked so bad, Rockstar doesn't care. They don't want to do anything to fix it. I don't want this game to be in that situation because, in my opinion, it being like this is actually worse for Star Citizen because, Rockstar, they make their money because they are a big company and they have budgets and things like that. What makes it bad about Star Citizen is this game was made by the people for the people, right? So if people are cheating in the game, hacking the game, then people are being screwed out of their money for having an experience. And for me, it's changed how I look at the game too, because now I like PvP. I think it's an element of the game that needs to be here. It's an element of the game that needs to stay. But it's just like, do I really want to engage in PvP engagements? Just due to the fact that, I can do whatever I can to make my skill better, right? To get up to the top whatever percent. But as I climb that ladder in each loss that I take, in the back of my mind, I'm just thinking, okay, was this guy cheating, And that may be a soft way of looking at it. You can say that, but it's a legit concern because you just don't know. Because Star Citizen is glitchy. We do have desync. We do have issues with hit registration. But we also have a component of the player base which is cheating a lot. Okay, so we're gonna queue up this video and we're gonna play it. Well, it's already queued up. We're just gonna play it now. Shout out to 11's Hangar, by the way. Shout out.
Welcome to 11's Hangar. I'm 11. Let's just get into it. A person who uses the cheats made for Star Citizen contacted me on Discord. What a shock, right? What cheater uses Discord? But anyways, what you are seeing is what this person, who will remain anonymous, streamed to me via Discord.
In my opinion, I'm going to say this, right? If you have someone that's cheating in the game, we should know who that is, right? That way, we as a player base can try to make a decision on if we want to engage or play the game with that individual. You know what I'm saying? Everyone who uses cheats needs to be ousted, period. I don't think there should be any privacy or any discretion for cheaters, period. No privacy, no discretion. Let these people be known. Because these people are effectively ruining the game experience for other players, right? And I look at cheating like this as griefing. This is griefing. This is playing the game outside of the normal context in which the game should be played. Griefing. Doing things that ships can't do, using exploits to make the game in a certain way so that they can win. I don't have any respect for anyone who uses cheats in this game. I simply don't. You know, it's taken me a long time to get to the point to where I can fly as good as I can today. And I'm not saying that I'm the best pilot in the world. I'm simply saying that I've dedicated my time to make my skills better and learn and you know, the thing about it is, by learning how to fly and how to fight, it's allowed me to meet people in the game. Like I met Scarred, I met Winters, you know, I've met and played with all these people who are, you know, and Benj, and you know, all these people who are good PvPers, because I wanted to learn to get better at the game and not try to use an exploit. So I don't have any respect for anyone at all who cheats in this game. And I think very strongly that their identity should not be private, period. If it's an inside man, you know, I can kind of see it, but I mean, if they're still using the cheats though, it's just like, you know what I mean? If they're using the cheats in the game to break it, you know, it's still a slippery slope. That's all I'm gonna say, Stinkfinger. I mean, you're right, but it's also a slippery slope.
The only editing of this footage was to conceal their identity.
Yeah, can you equip that Gladius with fixed guns? Oh, okay, 330. Okay, cool. Yeah, run that with the auto gimbals. That I'd like to see.
Let's take a closer look at the menu that popped up briefly on the screen. Focus your attention.
And I need up the quality so you guys can see it better as well. Let me put this on 4K. Because down here in the middle, you can see this is Night City version 1.8. And the date, February 26, 2023. So that means that they've been actively updating this with this 3.18 patch. They've been actively, making this to where it can work with the game. So, it makes me think. It makes me think more about the encounter with the encounter I had with that Corsair. Now, again, I'm not saying that the Corsair pilot was cheating. I don't know if there is a glitch with the Corsair in this patch. I haven't flown it since, but I can tell you that that encounter was a little bit weird.
On the name at the top and the name and release date at the bottom. For those of you that may have selective visual ailments, it says Ring City at the top and Night City at the bottom with a release date of February 26, 2023. Also, here's a quick look at the menu screen that is enabled when using cheats. See anything interesting?
They get to start at the space stations. They can select their primary residence as a spaceport, which again is cheating.
Here's a portion of what was streamed to me. The focus is super thrust, auto gimbals for fixed weapons, super damage, and infinite ammo, including ballistics.
Look at that. Dude was pulling like some crazy G's too.
Now, let's slow it down.
Look at those G's.
Look at the G-forces. Look at the capacitor values while weapons are being fired.
This is absolutely insane. This is legit game breaking right here. And look how far his gimbals move too. Those gimbals are moving way outside of the normal range. This is wild.
I'm pretty sure you saw an Alt-Tab screen pop up, but it was covered. So let's take a closer look. You can see a tab for the following from top left to bottom right. Discord stream, Star Citizen, Night City cheat software overlay, OBS projector screen, Night City cheat software, RSI launcher, OBS, and the Opera browser.
It takes forever to code with the Gladius that he suspect cheating. I know they did, give the Corsair like a little bit of an HP buff, but the Corsair, like especially if it's stock, it doesn't have the strongest shields, right? So even if you are fighting the Corsair, you should be able to hit its shields and take it down pretty easy. It only has one size 2 shield, and that's it. Not a size 3, a size 2. So the shield should come down pretty easy. But putting hull damage is another thing, but shield should come off easy. If the shields weren't going down, that's one thing. Like, I have to take a look at the video myself.
Take a look at this third-person view. Remember, these are fixed weapons.
Look how far his gimbals are moving. I don't understand why anyone would want to play the game like this, though. Like to me, it doesn't seem like it would be anything that would be fun or like engaging. It wouldn't, because like no matter what you do, like you're gonna win.
Here's an info dump from our recently deleted Discord server that was created by Ace Toppy and full of cheaters.
Like this guy who runs this night city thing, right? They are delusional if they think that people wouldn't use cheats to go and attack streamers, to go fight streamers. They're delusional. I would expect that if they were cheats, because everyone wants to beat the best guy in the game, and a lot of people see Avenger One as one of the top PvPers. So of course they're gonna go use cheats to beat Avenger One. Of course they're gonna do it. They shouldn't be surprised by that. You know what I mean? They shouldn't be shocked by that information. You know?
For those of you that question my intent, I did a podcast with Space Tomato where I spoke candidly about this whole situation. Please refer to the...
And look down here, you guys can see. I know the YouTube thing is kind of covering up, but they are doing this in PTU as well. And I wonder if, some of the issues and the bugs that we're having with 318 PTU is being caused by these cheaters. What if they are making some of the issues that we are experiencing in the game? What if they are the ones causing lag spikes? Using ridiculous values when they use their cheats, when they're shooting things from 200 and something meters 200 meters away. Could this be causing issues with the server?
video that Morphologist put out, as I feel it really covers how I feel and my concerns. If that isn't enough, I have been very vocal about my position, and there is plenty of content available to assist in forming an accurate opinion of who I am and why I'm doing this. Stay frosty.
All right, I just wanted to make it to the forefront. I'll probably do another reaction to this and upload it on my channel, because I think that we as the player base have to put pressure on CIG to get ahead of this, because it's not like CIG has to answer to a development board. We back the game no matter how long you've been playing. If you bought a game package, you are a backer. All right, don't let the time that you've been playing this game determine that. Right, you are a backer, and we should be putting pressure on them to get ahead of this. All right. So now we are on to the giveaway. We started with the negativity, and now we're gonna get on to the more positive things. And I don't know how well you guys can see on the screen, but I already have the video queued up in here, and this is going to randomly select a comment from that video. Okay, it's going to randomly select a comment from that video, and it's going to pick a winner. Okay, so make sure, you know, this is your last. If you haven't commented on that video yet, you got like 5 seconds to do so, because I'm about to start counting down, and we're going to get ourselves our first giveaway winner. Okay. You guys ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get ourselves a winner. No replies. Hold on. That's not the right video. I can tell by the I can tell by the link that's not the right video. There wasn't enough comments. Amanda, I didn't really know. This is the right video. And I forgot to delete my comment. Because it would be dumb if I won my own contest. So let me go ahead and delete that comment. Yeah, there we go. This is the right video. All right. So y'all had some extra time because I messed up. That was on me, guys. So let's go ahead and get our winner. Rufus, you are the winner of the C8X giveaway. Let me go ahead and get a shot of that. Rufus, you are the winner. All right, I need to go and make a community tab post and let him know that he is the winner. Also, he have to contact me on Discord so I can get his information. Don't worry, guys. If you're sad that you didn't win, we are going to be doing more giveaways. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a cutter giveaway next. I gotta put it in the chat too in case he comes in to the stream later on. He can we can work out the details on how he can get his package. Let me go ahead and pin that on there. Boom. Again, congratulations, Rufus. You got a free starter pack. Hopefully you see this stream and you comment and we can get together. I can get your email address, and that way I can contact you about delivering your package to you. And also make sure you spell your email address correctly, because all I'm going to do is copy and paste. Okay, all I'm going to do is copy and paste. All right, so if you say it wrong, I don't know how I can help you after that. I don't know. Yeah, it's all good. You know, this is a community that we all support each other here. You know, this is what this community is for. Oh, shut up, Creative Cloud. Guys, give me a sec. I'll be right back as this game loads. Stingfinger the Gladius is a badass ship. Kenneth, are you getting on here? I just had an idea. Let me reply to his comment on the video and let him know that he won. Probably the fastest way to get in contact with him, right? Let me do that real quick before we hop into the the purgatory test universe. Let's go here. Go ahead and get into live here. Yeah, Stinkfinger. I think I'm gonna do a cutter giveaway next. I think that's gonna be the move. So guys, here are the options for the next giveaway. Cutter 100i or Mustang. What do you guys think? Can I put 3 options in the poll? Yeah, I can. we go. We got a pole in there for y'all. Everyone's voting Cutter right now, though. Everyone's voting Cutter right now. I ordered more RAM for my PC. That should be here later today. Hopefully. Black Spike. I would say the most useful starter ship would probably be out of those options would be the Titan, because you can actually put stuff in the back of it. The Cutter has a very small cargo area. It's really small.
Trap now approaching.
I would say out of all of them, of all the starter ships, the Avenger would probably be the most useful, because you can do a lot with it.
Trap now leaving the station. Stand clear of the doors.
Yeah, it is, and it has really good lights for nighttime. That was one of my favorite things about that ship.
Now arriving.
The Mustang is cool. It's just not as multi-purpose as the Cutter or Or the Titan.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following locations again. Goodbye.
Yeah, the Titan's good, man. Titan's a really good ship. One of them has a pretty empty cargo bay. You can probably fit like a STV inside of it. Mustang gets no love.
Welcome to Roberts Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
Prepare to launch.
That never gets old.
Please visit again.
LOL. Such bad frames. Oh, come on, Star Citizen. I have no control over my ship. Yeah, this patch is not good. This patch is not good. Like it hasn't been great. I have no control over my ship. Like I'm literally just like stuck here because my ship won't fly. Like I'm literally stuck here, guys. We'll get another poll going. I'm literally stuck here. I'm gonna ask the community. Do we end this stream? Stream Sons of the Forest instead? Or do we keep it here on Star Citizen? I'm literally stuck here and I would literally have to start all of this over again.
Attention. Please come to an immediate halt and hold for your vessel to be scanned.
Well, I can't move right now, so I mean that's a thing. I can't move at all. I'm literally stuck here. I have no movement.
Okay, thanks. You're clear to proceed.
System off. Welcome to Romic Space
There we go.
Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
Speed Fragger, welcome.
Auto drive is now on.
take damage, it will take some shipment.
Quantum drive is now off.
I tried, that didn't work. The off and on worked. Oh, she's right here? Alright, cool. I thought I was on the other side there for a second.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off. Radar contact. Enemy down.
Oh god, do not run into me. Jesus Christ. Ass right now.
Shit!
Enemy down.
I need to test it again to see if that's still the case. Because it's easier, since then it's been easier to get missiles off of you. But I don't know how true that is for the types. Binge, welcome. Morphologist? You're lying. You're lying, Benj. You're lying. Not Morphe. Not Morphe. But could you imagine if that was true, though? It wouldn't surprise me, though. But I wouldn't believe that it's true because of how bad he sucks at combat. But make for good content for sure. And these guys are literally sitting there having a freaking conversation. The hell? Plagiarism? For real? What did he plagiarize? I'd like to know what he plagiarized, though. This last guy wind up outside somehow. Fly it this time. They fixed it with the patch. Aww. I wanted to take the ship and fly it. Gay. Gay, gay, gay. This patch sucks. Someone did an anti-pirating list. They straight said we showing you this before Moore finds it and makes his own video and gets all the views, like he's done to all the other small content creators. Wow. y'all have to send me that video so we can react to it later this week.
Radar contact. Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
You know, making original content is hard, but that's no excuse for stealing somebody else's stuff.
Quantum drive is now on.
So not only is Morph a weak weasel, he also steals content. Yeah, that's what you should do. But, you know, if he actually is doing that, then, you know, it just lends it to my analysis that Morphology is a weak weasel. You know what I'm saying? Like you got all that subscribers, all that content and all that stuff, and you have to rip off the small guys who are trying to make it on their way up. Fuck all that, bro. Yeah, when I did the A2 video, that kind of got my channel going a little bit too. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really like the ship reviews all that much in the beginning.
Quantum fuel is at.
But if he
75%.
actually is still in content, like I will address that. I will, cause there's no need to go and rip off somebody else's smaller channel for your own benefit, bro. Oh, it's so annoying. That pisses me off, man. That really pisses me off. Cause like I'm gonna be honest with you guys, right? As a small content creator, and I even hate the word content creator. That word just makes my skin crawl. But as a small channel, it's already hard enough to get into the algorithm to expand your audience, right? And when you have popular channels going and ripping off small channels and essentially stealing their views, you know, it's like demoralizing. It can be demoralizing because, like, behind the camera, like, to produce a video, like, sometimes producing a video can take a couple of days. You know, sometimes you can spend like up to 6 to 8 hours editing a video, especially like if you're doing scripts and things like that.
Quantum drive is now
And to simply just, you know, say, fuck me doing the work, I'm just gonna rip off what somebody else did. It's deplorable. Okay, and I don't like it. So therefore, if it's true, I will absolutely roast him alive for doing so. And even in my A2 video, I kind of like held back a little bit. I didn't go all the way in. But if he's stealing videos, I will end his career.
quantum drive is now on.
I will absolutely end his YouTube career if he's stealing content from other content creators.
Quantum drive is now off.
I will not hold back. I will not be kind. Because, like, I've been at the bottom of YouTube for like a very long time, right? Pretty much my entire YouTube journey, I've been a small channel. And to have people stealing your ideas and then, you know, not giving you credit is unacceptable.
Quantum drive is now off. Landing gear deployed.
Yeah, if he's guilty, like I said, like if he's not guilty, I'm not gonna say anything, right? But if he's guilty, I will go after him.
Landing complete. Engines are off.
Like as I said, I'm only gonna do if he's guilty. Okay, I'm not gonna start anything if there's like no clear and cut evidence that he actually did something wrong, right? Like I said, if we're accusing him of something, we gotta have the absolute 100% truth that yes, he stole content from smaller channels. He legit copied their ideas and made videos. Ooh, I want to wear that. more rat shit, so we can just move everything. And it didn't move everything. Oh, this is my local, or my personal storage. Like, I don't understand, like, why he's stealing content. Like, can't he just go to ChatGPT and, like, make whatever content that he wants? There's too many tools that exist if he actually is stealing content. There's too many tools that exist that he can literally use to not steal. Yeah, if they didn't provide proof, then I'm not going to say nothing, because I'm not the kind of guy that just goes based off false allegations. Like, if you're saying that, prove it. Everything else from there is just hearsay. You have to give credit. You know, because people work hard on their channels. It's not like, you know, people don't put in the time and the effort for their channels. You know, some of these people, like, their channels, it takes them a while to get discovered. So they've had to be consistent for years to be successful with their channels. And then you have somebody that comes in and sees, like, oh, that's a good video idea, so let me legit copy that and use it for my own benefit. It's like, no, come up with your own original ideas. Well, Kenneth's not in here right now, but that zombie video that I did with Kenneth, like, that video took us like over 3.5 hours just to film, because we have to deal with 30Ks, we have to deal with bugs and glitches and things like that. And then I still have to go in and edit that video, you know? And I only made like $1 from that video. So imagine if a larger content creator came, saw what I did, replicated it, and made, you know, thousands of dollars off an idea that wasn't theirs. Oh shit, there's a little delay. It's a lot of hard work. Kenneth is the best zombie. No, we're talking about plagiarism. We're talking about, like the example that I gave of the of someone like if they use my zombie video. That's the kind of example I'm giving. Like him doing like a reaction to like him doing a reaction to like what happened with 11 Tanker, like all that stuff. That stuff is like kind of fine because that's transformative content. I'm literally talking about someone makes a video and then someone comes in and makes the exact same video. Yeah, that.
Quantum fuel is at 100%. Takeoff complete. Quantum drive is now on. Landing gear raised.
Yeah, even Mongrel Squad's not perfect because, you know, this is the world in the street. All right, the world in the street is sometimes Mongrel Squad will get a Mongrel Squad will get like a delivery box mission, and then what they'll do is they'll put that box on somebody's ship to be able to follow them, and that I don't agree with. That's not intended gameplay. Well, they better clip it and post it. Morphologist streams on Twitch, I believe. Yeah, we don't hate him. You know, I certainly don't hate him. But one of the things that I don't like is people stealing other people's ideas and then passing them as their own. It would be one thing if he said like, oh, I saw this YouTuber do this, so I wanted to try it and see how it was. You know? I have no problem with somebody, you know, trying to going and making other zombies in Star Citizen, you know? Just don't pass it off like you discovered it, because you didn't. You saw my video, you know what I'm saying? You saw what I did, and you did it. But you're going to pass it off like it's your own? Come on, man. That's the weakness. And it speaks to insecurity, because, like, for instance, right? I saw on the Spiffing Brit, if you guys don't know who the Spiffing Brit is, he's a gamer. He makes a lot of videos on gaming. He literally just did a video on beating Sons of the Forest with a stick.
Quantum fuel is at
And one of the things I'm going to do when I stream that game, either later today or tomorrow, I'm going to beat the game with a stick, but I'm also going to give the Spiffing Brit credit. You know, the title of the video is literally going to be, can I replicate what Spiffing Brit did in Sons of the Forest? I'm literally going to try to replicate it. But I'm not gonna pass it off like, oh, like I figured this out. No, I'm gonna give the man his credit. You know. There's a lot of, you guys wouldn't believe, right? So back in like 2020 into 2021, when I came back from Japan, I was doing a lot of car content, right? And because I have a very popular car, my GTR, it allowed me access to a lot of top car content creators. And you wouldn't believe how dishonest and misleading they are with their followers. Some of them are real. Some of them are real and some of them are legit. But I got to see behind the scenes of like high level YouTube, and a lot of it's smoke and mirrors. A lot of these top content creators are lying to you guys. And from then on, I kind of made it my thing to where I said, no matter what happens, I'm going to keep it real. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to deceive. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be real about everything that's happening. Because in my opinion, it's the only way. There's too much lies and there's too much deceit with social media. And I don't want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get on here and live reviews. Yeah, Steamfinger, that's it. That's it. That's so easy to do.
Quantum drive is now off.
It's so easy to do. But nobody wants to do it. You know where I haven't been yet? In a very long time, Whistler's Crypt. I have no idea how to get there.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Eventually. But by the time these guys get found out, they've already made their money. You know what I'm saying? They're already financially secure. They never really get found out until much later on yeah, sure, they're not gonna have like the best time or whatever, right? But they already have the financial means and a following that's going to believe them kind of like no matter what. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go to Dig That 32's channel real quick because I need to see how to find Whistler's Crypt.
Hey you, I'm Dig That and this is 1 Minute Citizen. Tutorials in less than a minute. Here we go. Want to ride out to the most gully derelict outpost in the verse? Head to Daymar, the Garden. Target NT999XVI. Execute a jump and keep your eyes on the target. In between 175 and 125 kilometers to the target, hit U to kill power to your ship. Power back on and turn your ship until you see the fish-shaped area. Where the fin would join the body, there's a high mountain with a crescent-shaped ridge. Zooming into the ridge reveals a dissimilar colored shape, which is the crash 600 eye. Fly toward it.
So we gotta go to the garden. Oh man, this would be at night.
Quantum drive is
Yeah,
now
Dig's
on.
voice is very good. I like Dig. That's the homie right there.
Quantum drive is now on.
Of course, this would be at night. Of course. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find this at night.
Quantum drive is now on. System off. Welcome to Roberts Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System.
Yep, can't tell anything apart. Gotta come back. Gotta come back in the daytime. We can check Whistler's script another day. Let's try this. Let's go down the bunker. Shall we?
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off. Landing gear deployed.
Oh, turrets are being nice. And this medical PISCES didn't make it.
Landing complete. Takeoff complete. Engines are off.
Dang, I feel bad. I should have to cut his light. Yeah, somebody had a bad day. You definitely should make some vids, man. It's fun. Yeah, man, that's because, like, Scar, I don't look at anybody else as like competition, because I look at it as there's plenty of money for all of us to make out here. We can all eat together. Like, we don't have to compete. You know, it's actually more beneficial that people work together than competing with each other. Oh, there's somebody down in here. Spicy bunkers. Yeah, those type of videos actually do very well.
This ain't gonna end well for you.
Yeah, you can literally learn everything on YouTube.
Oh shit!
It's a player. That's an NPC. You can just stay like that. Hey, Too Fat's on here.
Engines are on. Takeoff complete.
I need to get fuel. Duh. Of course I do. Got one of the homies
Drive is now on.
from
Landing gear raised.
Dead Sea's org down.
Quantum drive is now off.
They do need to give medium fighters some love. All the medium fighters kind of suck.
Quantum fuel is at 100%.
I hate how the medium fighters basically have the same capacitor size as light fighters. Like they're not really in between as far as like their HP and their firepower. They're basically just big light fighters.
Quantum drive is now on.
I use the Hornet quite a bit, actually. I like to use it sometimes when I do beacons. Like I actually did a high threat beacon with the Hornet, so it can fight. It's just it's in a really weird spot, man. For some reason, they gave me a Hornet. I don't know why. It's not in my hangar on. It's not in my hangar on my RSI website page, but it's been in my ASOP terminal for like a long time, and I'm not complaining. I think it's a fantastic ship. I just think it flies like absolute dog shit in Atmo.
Quantum fuel is at 75%.
Yeah, the Hornet needs some love, man. Like if they can make it good in Atmo, like it should, in Atmo it should fly better than the Scorpius. And also like they look like fighter jets. Like how does a ship that looks like a fighter jet not fly well in Atmo? I haven't flown the Saber. That's one ship that I've never flown. It's a beautiful ship, though. I love it. I mean, for heaven's sakes, like I think the A2 flies better in Atmo than the Hornet does, which is crazy.
Quantum fuel is at 50%.
I want Crusader to start making some fighter ships because their ships fly so well in Atmo. They need to get off that industrial tip and get onto that warmonger tip. Give me some dog fighters. And I also think like with the what's that ship? The Ion, the Inferno series. Like they need to give those ships some love too. Those ships fly like absolute ass. Maybe. I mean, everybody will be flying slower, but still, like, my biggest thing about this is this. We're supposed to be in the future, right? They shouldn't be making a flight model based on what we know about flight today. They need to be a little bit more imaginative in their approach. Now, I'm not saying that they need to, like, do and make it, like, super crazy and super unrealistic. No. And that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they need to stretch the boundaries just a little bit. You know what I mean? Just a little bit. Because I don't like the fact that they were like, well, we want this to be like a World War II dogfighting style. You can't have a World War II dogfighting style with 6 degrees of motion. It's not going to work. Especially like if you're having like these giant fleet battles that they want to have, like this new flight model is going to be absolute garbage for that. Because if you get two, like with the new flight model, if you get 2v1, you're done. You get 2 guys on you, you're screwed. It's game over. Right now, the flight model kind of allows you to kind of get away and disengage and re-engage and like all that stuff. The new flight model won't. Huge lag spike. Will we make it through? Yes. Oh, you got the E1? I bought the A2 or the A1. About that one. It seems like that ship's gonna be out this year.
Quantum drive is now off.
you get to Ohm 3. And it's over there.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off. Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Isn't Ghost Hollow like over here somewhere? No, I don't believe that it does. I believe he's correct on that. How you do it with the Cutlass Black is you just go into Quantum and you open those side doors and you just shit the piss into the Quantum, and that's how you get rid of your feces and stuff like that. I should be able to target their ship once I get down there. Changed the animation for that. It looks much better now when you're entering Atmo. There it is. I see it.
Radar contact.
Thank goodness it was daytime. They really should have put these garbage out here, man. This is much better than where they were. Oh god, my frames.
Landing gear deployed.
Yeah, Jumptown should definitely be on some of the other places. Heavies, let me reload. Yeah, they are. I like the Stars guys. I've flown with them many times. We've done some jump towns together. They're a good group of guys. I like them a lot. I'm on a camp. Okay. About this first bunker.
Yeah, my man, you did it.
Got you, bro. Is Too Fat over here?
Yeah, watch out for the baddies.
I can cover you while you get him.
Get out of here. Alright, we gotta find Too Fat now.
Raj.
I see his marker, thank God. Alright, this way. Just gonna circle around a bit.
Medical rescue's actually kind of fun.
Invite you to party.
Are you boys on Discord in the Stars Discord?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hop in there real quick. Oh, they're actually using the voice comms. All right, I see him over there.
Yeah, there's apparently a lot of hostiles there.
Yeah, med rescue is actually kind of fun when it's legit, guys. I kind of like it. Yeah, that's frizzy. Get him. I can. Oh. Looks like we got a new patch. New patch coming in. Kicked me out. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Quit. Reopen. You guys, you know what? How about we just go ahead and we call this a stream, right? Because I do want to take a little bit of a break, and I do want to get back on here just a little bit later for some, maybe some Sons of the Force. We cannot. Yeah? What do you guys think about that? What do you guys say? Yeah, I think we'll do that. Guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. If anybody knows Rufus personally, which I don't